kind of going monitor to monitor here. I'm looking at your comments over here and then presenting here. So, all right, thank you. Okay, cool. So, for the next 60 minutes, we are going to be working together to figure out what your 2022 marketing plan is. We've got, like I said, some great worksheets we are going to provide. They're going to help and lead you through how to do that. Even if you have been through this before, just utilize this opportunity to really put your head down and focus on where you want your business to be for 2022. These type of, live trainings, workshops, webinars, whatever you want to call them, they can usually go, one of two ways. So the first way is, I talk for an hour and, try and be as resourceful as I can and present and show you some things. Or the other way is you can interact and collaborate and participate within this presentation, within this workshop. So I would prefer that it is done that way. That way I can make sure I'm just not kind of talking forever and actually providing you with information that's really going to help move your business forward this year. So please, ask questions in the chat. Maybe right now, just so that we kind of, loosen up and get a little bit more comfortable with doing that. Maybe just indicate where you're from. I'm in San Diego. It is beautiful today. And originally from Ohio. And I'm looking forward to the holidays. We're going to kick off Christmas with some Christmas parties this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. But I really do love this time of year. It's such a great time to really just reflect on, where we set out at the beginning of 2021, where we are now, like what lessons have we learned? And how are we going to apply that to next year? And, maybe like have a bigger vision and the confidence to carry it through and really, really get our business to where we want it to be. So Chesapeake, Cassandra, awesome. All right, well, I'll get started here. So I'd like to just kind of go over what we're going to cover so that you know what to expect. We're going to be setting your goals. These are quantifiable goals, how many leads you need to hit in order to meet your target. How many projects you can even handle. That's a big thing. Like sometimes we have really great growth goals, but we need to take the steps in between to, recruit a crew to be able to support that fulfillment. And marketing can help with that, which we'll talk about. So we're also going to talk about the 3 fundamentals of marketing success. And this is just going to give you a nice overview as to the different areas that you should be thinking about. And it's not going to be, specific, SEO, website. I mean, it is, but we're going to start a little bit bigger and kind of drill in from there so that we can start thinking more strategically and how this stuff really serves your business instead of just, one-off tactics. I kind of like to call it throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I'll go over that. From here, I'm really going to leave it up to you guys. I want to know from you. I'm going to really help guide you and figure out maybe what the top 3 areas are that you need to focus on. We're going to completely break it down. I think that, definitely this first part of the workshop it's going to be really valuable in terms of helping you get that clarity that you need, to really go into 2022 super strong and just, have put on your blinders and have that vision and know what you need to do in order to get there. After that, it's again, like this is going to be the opportunity where I stop and say, all right, I mean, I can talk forever about what your website needs. I can talk forever about what, you need on Google My Business, what you should be doing from SEO. But I really need to know from you. Okay. And I want to try and keep it high level, so that we can get to everybody's questions. And again, I'm doing this workshop to really help you. So I need your feedback. I need you to let me know. Hi, Ben. Good to see you. Well, see you virtually. By the way, I really hope to move these trainings to more of a live model, kind of more of just a Zoom meeting where it's just, us talking and sharing video and just participating together as opposed to, me just presenting. So I'm here for this community. So please provide any feedback that you have. And I'll certainly, get with the team and we'll revise what we're doing to really be able to support you the best. So feedback is really important for me. So you can't over communicate that to me. So let me know. Okay, lost my train of thought. So anyway, at that point, I'll go over, some of those aspects that could better serve you. And then we'll talk about the latest trends, which I'm excited about. It was nice to go to the Deck Expo, and I sat in a lot of the sessions. A lot of the sessions are in the pool industry. So I hope that next year I can be up there and really be sharing, and let's get some more sessions for us, for the deck building community. But there were some takeaways that I got that are, in alignment with exactly what I've been seeing as well. So that was kind of like, explanation point to say, yeah, this is, what we need to be doing next year. And so some of those things I'll just kind of give you a little sneak peek. Are automation, super important. Two-way text messaging with your customers. I'd say those are really the top two. We'll kind of get into some more when we get there. And then let's just kind of reel it back in and figure out what our action plan is. All right. So you're going to leave with that. That's the goal. The goal is that you leave with an action plan. Okay. So Ben and anybody else that has joined, there are links. If you really just click on that first link, the workbook, that'll kind of get us going. This is a resource that you can use while we're doing the workshop. You can fill it out. I really like to use Google Docs because it just saves everything automatically. It's digital. You can share it. But if you want to just print it out, whatever works. Just have the worksheet. And I really recommend that you fill it out as we, do the workshop. All right. So then Q&A, obviously super important. Want to know from you guys. We can open this up to anything marketing related if you want. If we just kind of want to have a little hangout and talk about how business has been, any struggles that you've been experiencing, this is a great opportunity to leverage the community and, just kind of get some feedback from some of the other builders too. So, and then I've got some great freebies if you stay until the end. All right. So again, this is a workshop. Some of you might be in your trucks right now. I don't know. But if you can, just turn off your cell phone, unless you're on it. Turn off Facebook and just really devote the next 60 minutes to serving your business. Because I know it is so easy just to let, your clients and your crew and, so many things get in the way. Progress, not perfection, right? Like, let's just block out the next 60 minutes and work on this. How does that sound? Can we do that? Does that sound good? Is anyone excited just to spend 60 minutes? I know for me, I love it. It's nice. It feels like growth. It just feels like progress to even just spend a few minutes and, just kind of jot down what's been on your mind, things that you want to work on. So if that sounds good, all right, we got some celebration emojis. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's get to it. So I'm April Edwards. I am the lead strategist and creative director. I put together free marketing evaluations, and it comes with a strategy session and a marketing plan for any builder that's interested. I really enjoy doing that. I really like to just kind of see you pointed in the right direction and be as resourceful as I can. I work with all of our clients to put together a strategy that best meets their business goals. And then I lead all the creative direction here as well. It's really important that we are representing your business and your secret sauce is what I always like to say. So I really like to be involved in all of that. I've been in marketing for over 10 years, started coding websites in 99, and really have just done everything in between. And now, I call it our parent company. It's A Design Co., a more kind of like generalist marketing agency serving all kinds of businesses from e-commerce to like manufacturing and local service-based businesses. Started Deck Builder Marketers because I just really enjoy working with you guys, and was able to put together a proprietary system that really serves you well. And, really just wanted to practice what I preach and niche down and be able to help at a higher level for the type of clients that I've seen the most success with and I love working with the most. So NADRA member, love the guys there. Absolutely loved going to Deck Expo and meeting everybody. If you are not a NADRA member, definitely sign up. They are doing some amazing things for the community. And they're just great people. And I think that's the best thing that I love about this industry. I live in San Diego. I like to surf and ride dirt bikes and spend time with my family. So those are the things that, drive me to want to be successful, even in my own business. All right. So why are we here? Why do we need a marketing plan? I mean, let's just go over it real quick. There's so many options. It's kind of, you're unsure, where you should be spending your budget. So we're going to talk about how to allocate that. And, it takes money to grow. It does. I mean, you can't just expect to, grow your revenue by 3 times without investing into your business. So again, we're going to get clear on how to do that. And we're going to break it up into, different areas so that you can have the confidence to move forward with that. There's so many things you can be doing. Where do we start? Labor issues, big deal. Leverage your online presence, all kinds of things in order to help with this. You might be doing it all on your own, working 80+ hours, feeling stuck and confused, and of course, an income roller coaster. And, marketing, it's an investment. So, you want to make sure that you are investing wisely. Sometimes I say we're marketing investment consultants. And then, maybe you've invested and you just don't really have much to show for it. So let's talk about all that stuff so that you can get the most out of it. All right. So marketing helps in a lot of ways. And the only reason I want to spend 20 seconds to go over this is because a lot of people just think that marketing is about generating an abundance of leads. And it's so much more than that. It's effective communication. It is advertising, but it's reaching the right people at the right time with the right message. If you are consistent with your marketing, it can help in several different ways. So, attract the right people, attract the right team members, and build trusted partnerships. If nobody knows who you are, if you don't have a foothold in the industry, you're not reputable, you're losing out on a lot of opportunities. So getting your brand in front of the right people is really important. And you have to be consistent with that. You got to stay front and center, top of mind. So obviously marketing can help keep your crews busy, and obviously increase your sales conversion. And this is kind of my favorite part, is really creating a world-class experience with great communication. And that will help increase your referral business. So we're going to talk about how to even leverage automation after the project in order to keep that warm and fuzzy going so that they remember you and, refer you to other people, because you are just providing, like, why do you need to, stay in touch with them and see how their deck is a year later? You know what I mean? And there's some builders that I've gotten to talk to recently that it's really inspiring to see what they're doing in that aspect. I think that it's like really taking it next level. And the truth is, it's a simple setup. It's such a simple setup to provide a world-class experience like this. So, and then of course you want to have a great return on your investment. You want to be able to invest and know that it is going to help you reach your goals and give you the confidence to do that. All right. So obviously we want to strategically grow your business. All right. So let's get to it. We're going to start by mapping out your goals. So can everybody, if you're just joining, if you go to deckbuildermarketers.com, Ashley just post the link again. It's at the top, but post it so it's fresh for everybody. If you go to deckbuildermarketers.com/workbook, this is something that you should utilize as we're doing the workshop together to work on your marketing plan for 2022. All right, cool. So Ashley put it all in here. So what you can do is when you access it, let me find it here real quick. So when you access it, you should just be able to go to File, Make a Copy, and then you can, name it your company name, save it, and then you'll be able to edit it however you want. Or if maybe you don't have a Google account, which I recommend you get one, you don't need to have a Gmail address to do that, by the way, and it only takes a second. But if you don't, you can just either download it as a PDF or Word doc if you want, or print it out. So I do want to give you guys a couple of minutes to get this set up. And if you can, just give me a 1 in the chat to let me know you're ready, and then we can get rolling. All right. Give me a 1 or give me a thumbs up with a little reaction there. Okay, you got some thumbs up. Cool. All right, we're going to get going. Just, hit Ashley up in the chat if you're having any problems, and we'll get going. Okay, cool. All right, so some things we want to do, like just kind of start thinking about this before we get into the weeds a little bit. What we want to do is set clear goals and targets, okay? Very specific. We're going to align KPIs. These are key performance indicators, metrics that you need to be using in order to reach your goals. We'll outline those for you. And then we're going to map out a clear plan. So we're going to start with budget. We can drill down to individual channels. And then again, we'll talk about trends. So I know I'm being a little repetitive here, but I want you to understand, what we're going to be doing here so that keep you engaged and we can check some things off the list. So if you can, this is where we're going to do a little bit of work. Map out in your document what your average annual revenue is. You can even put like what you're projected to close out at in 2021, and then divide that by the monthly. We're just going to jot this down, and then we're going to apply some things into this worksheet. So it's a Google sheet, and it will calculate all the math that you need. But for right now, we need to know where we're starting. So that's kind of the goal of this exercise here. And then when you're ready, you can put down how many projects per month you typically get right now, what your average is. And then some other key metrics that are really important. So how many leads do you typically get a month? Now, these are all leads. These are leads that, somebody messages you on Facebook or Instagram or Google My Business. Someone gives you a call. If you have an online chat, someone fills out your web chat, or most of the time your form on your website. So these all count as leads, even referrals. Make sure you include those too, because I think a lot of people, they don't look at how some of the marketing that you're doing, the brand awareness that you're doing, in the overall client experience, that world-class experience. All of those components do really relate to your referral business. And I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, if a friend refers, somebody to you, they're still going to look you up online. So you need to make sure that you're being shown up, but even more so that your website creates a good impression, because they want to do their own research. They want to find out on their own, and they want to see if you have good reviews and stuff like that too. But so average project price, where are you at right now? Again, we're going to talk about your goals in a second. Right now, just document where you're at. And how is this for everybody? Is this information that is pretty quick for you to jot down? Should we spend a couple more minutes on this? Does anybody have any questions? Just give me some feedback if you can. Okay, we're going to keep moving here. I just want to make sure that we cover everything that we need to. So where do you want to be for 2022? What is your revenue goal? Where are you now and where do you want to be? Now we're going to reverse engineer that plan, but just document where you want to be quickly here. And then how many projects do you think it's going to take to get there? More so, this is the part I'm always excited about because I'm a very motivational type of person. If I have a vision and like I'm motivated behind that vision in some way, I'll make it happen, you know? But without having a why, you can get really lost. You know, you can let a lot of things get in the way of why either having that revenue, you know, that additional revenue is important, or building your team is important, or, you know, having more time to spend with the family. Maybe it's just, you know, more freedom in general. I know for me, I'm working really hard to be able to, you know, take some time off, and we have an RV, and I want to be able to take a nice trip up to Canada with the family. And you have to have systems in place, you know, in order for your business to run without you, right? So document why that's important. All right. Next thing, if you haven't already, you're going to want to click on this link, and Ashley did provide this link as well. It's that spreadsheet link, the second one in the chat. And this is going to bring up our worksheet. So this is kind of our little calculator with everything put in for you. You have to add a couple of things based off of what you just jotted down. And then it's going to come up with some formulas for you. So put in your revenue target that you just documented in the worksheet or workbook. Put your average project price right here. And then the number of projects, what your target is, will automatically populate with the formula. Okay, so we're just using a $1.5 million target here. Average project. Let me actually increase this so you can see how this works. So if I increase this to 2 million, let's say that my average, let's just keep it at 35. My average project price is 35,000. I'll need 57 projects this year in order to meet that goal. Okay. My monthly revenue target will then be, you know, about 167,000. And then we'll need sorry, this is incorrect. This is a typo. Projects will be required to hit your monthly goal. So we'll need, you know, between 4 and 5 projects a month in order to meet this goal. Does everybody, I mean, have you already done this for the year? Like, I just need to know, should we speed this up? Should we stop and focus on this? Give me some feedback. Give me a thumbs up if we're good. The pace is good. Everyone's happy. Okay. Yeah. If nobody gives me any feedback, then I'm going to have to slow down, you know, to make sure that everyone's good to go. Okay. So now the second part here is your leads. Again, these are like any leads that come to you. And we need to figure that out. So the best way to figure that out is to, if you know your conversion rate. Who here knows what your sales conversion rate is? That's how many leads you get in that actually result into projects. And I'm talking any lead, okay? Just any lead. You know, the more you do your marketing, the more qualified those leads should be. I'm not talking like how many, you know, free designs or estimates that you put out, like how many leads do you get, and how, you know, what's the percentage of those leads turning into projects? Does anyone want to share? It'd be so interesting to know. And there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, we're all in different places in our business, and we all have a different mix going on. I know there's a lot of builders out there that, you know, they're doing a lot on their own. So, you know, they're still on site. They're doing all the sales, struggling to even manage the influx of leads. Automation can certainly help with that. Okay. Okay. So Bobby, he hasn't calculated it. So that's good feedback. Thank you. Like, I really want to be helpful. So does this help in any way, Bobby? to kind of have this mapped out. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so Ben's at 20%. So another question, just so I can gauge, where everybody's at this time of year, right? Like it's been a crazy couple of years. Can we all agree on that? There's material issues, labor issues, and it seems like everybody wants to work on their home right now, right? So I think that is everybody here struggling to keep up with even getting back to the amount of leads that you have? Just put any, put a 1 if you are in the chat. Okay. Okay. It's a good problem, right? Like it's a frustrating problem, but it's a good problem in some ways. I mean, we want to make sure that, these are people that are ready to move forward. They're qualified. They already know, like, and trust you, and they're ready to get moving. You also need some automation in place so that you can get back to them right away. And we'll talk about that. But anyway, your conversion rate might be lower than it should be because you don't have automation in place. You're not able to get back to them right away. So we'll talk about some strategies to do that. So this is kind of a blanketed way to look at it, super high level. Like you have to look at this stuff, more like generically, right? And take it with a grain of salt. But if based off of our calculation here, if we had a 30% close rate, then we would need 16 leads per month in order to reach our revenue target. Okay, so it's all broken down for you, and I hope this makes sense. Now, let's say that our average cost per lead is $100. So you do that by just taking all of your marketing spend, include things like offline, like your merch, right? Like your shirts and hats and your truck wraps and your yard signs. That's all marketing. The cost to build your website, your business cards, all of that is marketing. It's just a different form, it's branding or whatever it is. But if you're doing print ads, take all of that into consideration and simply divide it by how many projects or how many leads, rather, that you've gotten, this year to give you an idea. Does anybody know their average cost per generated lead? Taking into consideration all of that. Because, I mean, people come to me and they're like, I don't spend anything on marketing, but you do. I mean, you do. And even if it's your time trying to build your own website, you're not going to be able to do that forever. So you need to put a dollar amount to that. Does anyone want to share? Okay. We help with that. And I think that, if you even just take this, this sheet and kind of, play it out for the rest of the year for each month and document this stuff, like just, if you don't do anything else, start documenting things. And that's actually one component of the mix that I did want to spend a couple minutes on because it's the most crucial. And for people that, haven't really invested a lot into their marketing, whether it be time or money, it's where you got to start. You have to put down, you have to document how many leads you're getting, what you're spending, what the cost is, because then, you can be a lot smarter with, the decisions you make to grow your business. I mean, if you know that you put $2 in and you get $50,000 out of it, I mean, and you want to grow or scale up or, get more crew members, whatever it is, then you can be a little bit smarter about saying, oh, I can confidently, put more budget into this mix of marketing to help reach our goals there. All right. So budget allocation. So this sheet, it takes in, it just copies over your revenue goal. And then we have some options here. So typically people, businesses will allocate a certain percentage of their gross revenue to marketing. Okay. It's a write-off, which is great. But if you roll over the note here, 8% it's kind of a rule of thumb. I'd say 6 to 8% if you want to be a little bit more conservative. 15% would be really aggressive. And it's important because if you seriously are looking to go from, 750,000 to 2 million, I mean, you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. So just kind of think about how aggressive you want to be. and put a number here. And I think the other thing to consider is what your profit margins are. And if you can really think about that, then I think it will help you try and figure out a percentage that you can allocate. And in some cases, you know, if you have aggressive growth goals, then you just increase, you know, some components of your business, you know, like you increase your pricing or whatever you need to do in order to, you know, add in that spend. Okay. So, is anybody doing this already? Do you have a percentage that you set aside to invest into the growth of your business? And if so, put the percentage in the chat. For this example, I'm just going to go with 5%. That's a pretty comfortable number, I think, for a lot of people. And let me know if you have any questions, please. Looks like Bobby's typing something here. All right, we got 25 minutes left. I mean, I don't want to have to use the time if we don't need to, but we definitely have a lot more to cover. Yeah. And, you know, Bobby, it's so he's saying when he started, it was more consistent. And now it's hit or miss. And that's just, I call it EKG machine. I mean, if you're not proactively trying to grow your business, you know, get ideal prospects, get to the point where you have, you can be choosy and you can say no more than you say yes. That's a good thing, but you have to work at it. And so it's really easy, especially when we're busy, if you don't have anybody to support you, or more so a plan in place to just be like, hey, you know, it's slow season. I don't really need to do anything. Well, people are still researching. They're still, you know, they're getting sick of snow and they want to dream about what they're going to do when summer comes, and they start researching. And when they are ready to move forward, who are they going to be thinking of? If your competition is doing all the marketing and they're trying to stay in front of people, most likely it's going to be them because, you know, they're putting in the effort year round. Okay, looks like Bobby's saying something here. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Looking at what kind of budget it will take to reach my financial goals makes it seem more attainable. Yep. And I think that we have these mental blocks, right? And just having a plan sometimes can free us to making it more of a reality and not just, you know, kind of being on the hamster wheel, right? All right, let's go through this example. So if our projected revenue goal is 2 million and we set aside 5%, that would be a total marketing budget of $100,000. Now, again, take into consideration everything. We're talking online and offline marketing. So, you know, your shirts, your business cards, any type of graphic design work you need, your trade shows. Who's doing trade shows in 2022? Anyone doing a home show? How is that changing in your area? Let me know. Yeah, it's so Ben says he's not going to be doing any. And I mean, I'm hearing this from a lot of people. And how much money did you invest in that trade show? I know a lot of deck builders rely on those trade shows to feed their business for the year, and they invest in them. You know, they spend a lot of time. They have, you know, they have a nice booth, and they spend a lot of time to make sure that's successful. But if, you know, COVID isn't letting us do that, and just the way that we work now as consumers isn't, then we have to figure out something else. So yeah, 15,000 each year. I mean, that's 10 to 15 to 25 is, you know, pretty average. So just make sure. So anyway, total marketing budget in summary is everything. Okay. So then we can start allocating. We can say, you know, what do you guys know what percentage you've allocated in the past to online and offline marketing? How much you've spent on your trade show? I have to guess that it was probably more like this for a lot of people. Pre-2021, pre-2020, 20% to online marketing, or zero because you're doing it yourself. Maybe you're doing some social media posts here and there. And then 80% or maybe even 90%. Actually, it'd be more like 100%. I bet this is probably typical for a lot of people. Maybe you've done some direct mailers and stuff like that. Well, I think we can all agree that we've seen a pretty big change in the Jetsons era. I mean, cars drive themselves now, right? Like technology is pretty important. So anyway, you can play with this. There's nothing concrete about this that I'm going to tell you. It's an easy tool to use. You can kind of play around with things. And then again, like, whomever's doing your financials, they can look at this ongoing to make sure that you're on track. It's about having a plan, right? The plan can change and that's fine. And definitely if you're not documenting numbers like these, you're going to learn a lot as you go, and you'll probably end up updating them, and that's what's great about this stuff is that, it can change and that's all right. I mean, progress, not perfection. You just got to get going. But anyway, you can see here, it just kind of breaks it down to an actual number. So see how it's all kind of being reverse engineered for you. Hope that's cool. Down here, I broke things out into a couple different areas. I kind of look at, more organic versus paid. So that's really what this is. This is more organic, which I've just kind of documented as SEO versus paid per click. That's more advertising. The organic is more marketing. So getting your message out. Okay, so now we can see if we spent 70% of our budget on organic. Typically organic is you're going to get, it's going to be a cheaper cost per lead. It's more long-term with paid stuff, PPC, Google ads, Facebook ads, things of that nature. Once you turn it off, it's off. The faucet's turned off, you don't get any more. So it's short-term. However, those are definitely people that are ready to move forward. If you have your campaigns optimized right, you're targeting people that are looking for you now versus the organic. They might just kind of be researching. They might be at different phases in their journey. Let's see, I have something. Well, I'm not going to show you that, but it's kind of a funnel, right? Like people that are in the awareness stage, like they're just thinking about building a deck. Maybe they're researching different ideas. You want to leverage your organic marketing in order to reach those people. I call it getting fish in the pond. You always want to get fish in the pond, especially this time of year when things start to slow down and, people in colder areas can't, build. And then you have the interest component, so it's a funnel, right? You go from awareness to interest. Interest are people that are like, you know what? I definitely do want to build a deck. How much is this going to cost and who am I going to work with? That's when they start looking for deck builders in their area, seeing those listings that show up at the top of Google in Google Maps and looking at reviews. And if you don't have a program in place to, proactively get those reviews, then you're losing out. So I can keep going on and on, but the point is, you need to target all those different phases and you use a combination of organic marketing versus paid advertising to fill that funnel and reach people where they're at so that you can reach your $2 million goal. All right. I hope this is helpful. Let me see if anyone's got anyone in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if this is helpful. Please, 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 please give me some feedback. Let me know if this is serving you. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So here, then it just kind of breaks it down into those different areas with the organic and PPC. And you can see, 8%, divided each month by 12, you can see your amount here. Now, I'm not going to go over the rest of the sheet, but it's here for you. If we work together, we would help flush this stuff out, but you can put your marketing calendar together. Different content topics that you want to focus on, any type of promotions you want to do, things that you want to communicate on social if there are particular events. Like for instance, May is Deck Safety Month, making sure that you're promoting that stuff and reminding people that they should check to see if their deck is safe. And if not, they probably should be reaching out to you and figuring out how to improve that and, maybe finally replace that old deck with the deck of their dreams, that type of stuff. So this is the creative process, which I love, coming up with all these cool ideas. I'm a very creative thinker in the morning, so maybe you are too. Maybe you get up and have some coffee and, think about some of these things. But this is here for you. It's just a resource that you can leverage in order to try and map out, what you're going to do proactively in order to, reach people in all these different stages using these different strategies, these different communication channels, like your website, like social media, like SEO, reaching people that are searching online, and then serving your database. Who here has a database of people that have reached out with interest in the past, but didn't move forward with a project with you? It's super powerful. Email is still and will be the cheapest form of marketing out there. And the thing is people just need to, they need to be reminded. You got to stay in front of them. And the truth is, even if they don't read your email, they see your name pop up in their inbox. And it could be annoying, but it could actually keep them engaged so that they, again, when they're ready, they think of you when they're ready to move forward with that project. Okay, good. So Ben, we're going to start going through in a couple minutes. We're going to go through how to prioritize your mix here. Special offers. So if you do any paid advertisement, most builders are offering a free estimate or even a 3D design. That's great, especially if you have a very reputable brand, or there's not much competition in your area in terms of advertising and stuff like that. But if you really want to generate more interest, having some sort of an offer, like free this with that, or $500 off, or something like that, it's just more enticing. It makes the prospect feel like there's really something in it for them to work with you versus someone else, and you just incorporate that into your price. But it's a way to attract more people. So you can outline some special offers by month, like spring sale, things like that. And I know that some people are like, yeah, I'm a quality craftsman builder. I don't need to do this. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do though. And so, consider some of this. I wouldn't say that it's really a priority. Again, all of this depends on where you are in your business. And then here you can really document some of those special offers. If it's like you want to promote like outdoor living and do outdoor kitchens and things like that in time for graduation. If you want to promote, I'm blinking, like a certain percentage off. Are there any disclaimers, things of that nature that you need to map out? Like, you got to put it in here. All right. So this worksheet is yours. Use it, like tweak it, play around with it, and flush it out. So we only have 15 minutes here. Is everyone doing okay? Let's get to some more good stuff here. All right. So we've went over our targets. You should have your revenue jotted down, your projects per month, and the leads you need per month. Give me a thumbs up if everyone's good there. I think everyone's good. I think we're good. And I'm available to meet with you individually afterward if you have any questions, okay? So here's a nice little, this is how you become omnipresent is what we call. And so being omnipresent means that your brand is showing up everywhere online, how people are engaging, okay? So these are all the different components. Should you do all of these at one time? Probably not. We need to figure out what areas make the most sense for you to focus on in 2022 in order to reach that revenue goal, or what other maybe non-tangible goal you might have. And again, that vision you have for your business, okay? So your digital marketing strategy. Now, this is like kind of the high level thinking that I wanted to go over. And I think in the presentation, this might actually be easier to see. So if you really are looking to grow, or maybe just looking to solve certain problems in your business, whether it be recruitment or, being able to follow up with leads quicker, that type of thing, this is a good model to use. And I'm going to go over the different areas, but what I want you to be doing as I'm going over it with you is thinking about areas of improvement that you have. Now, I'm actually sorry, I'm going to skip around here for a minute. At this point, we're going to go over these different areas and you're going to have action items. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these. I want you to figure out the top 3 areas you need to work on this year. And then as we're doing this, if you can, just let me know what those are. And then I can tailor the rest of the workshop to go over those individual things that you need to work on and give you some ideas and tips and tricks and stuff like that so that you leave with a really good game plan. Okay. All right. So the 3 areas are to drive leads, to maximize conversion, and to optimize results. Okay. So everyone knows marketing, get a bunch of leads, right? But you do that in different areas. Okay. So we talked about the importance of organic versus paid, and then your database, right? I can't stress how important that is. These are people that have already raised their hand. Just like in with paid search, it's retargeting with that as well. So retargeting is serving up ads to people that have raised their hand already, expressed interest, but they didn't pick up the phone, they didn't fill out your form. Maybe they got busy, maybe something else came up that was a priority at that time. They haven't, they still want to do it. They just kind of need reminded, right? So that's what your database is too. Staying in front of people with regular communications, promoting the amazing projects that you have going on, being helpful and resourceful, sharing, deck design ideas with them, doing it themselves versus hiring someone, how much it costs. I can go on, and we create a content calendar for you so that we can address all of this stuff in a very tactful, nice way that really serves your audience and gets them to finally pick up the phone. Okay, so maximize conversion. This is really important, and I do recommend if nobody is interested in this at this time, review this. The rest of this worksheet is a checklist that you can do. And you can literally just check these little boxes here to see, I'm good on these. I don't need that, and then whatever's left over perhaps are the things that you work on. So I definitely recommend that you do this. This is all here for you. I knew that I'd probably be short on time because, marketing planning does take a little bit more than an hour. I just wanted to give you a nice overview. Definitely check this out. And, the biggest thing that I want to talk about with maximize conversion is you can have a bunch of leads that are coming to you, but if you don't have a good follow-up strategy, Ben, the automation, or a website that really speaks clearly to them, is easy to use, and has your phone number, at the top, a nice form for them to fill out that really leads them as to what the next steps are. You're not maximizing your conversion. And I'm going to tell you that's going to stink if you're paying for traffic, if you're paying for Google ads and stuff like that. And then people get to your website and they don't even pick up the phone. That's a waste of money. So sometimes your problem might not be getting the leads. It's making sure that the traffic that's coming to you is being handled correctly, that they're having a good experience, that you have automation in place to, get back to them right away. We utilize, it's called missed call text back. So you can even test it out. You can call our number right now and see what the experience is like, because we're not going to answer the phone because we're all on this webinar right now. But what happens is if you're calling from a cell phone, it'll text you back and it'll say, hey, sorry, we missed your call. Let us know how we can help you. And then we can even leverage the power of artificial intelligence with the system that we use. And there's a lot of systems that do this, that based off of a particular keyword that they put in there, you can have an automated response. So, does this sound dreamy or what? Like now you can focus more on, really serving your clients and making sure that their projects are top notch, that your crew's happy, instead of having to sit here and answer a bunch of questions. You can leverage the power of automation for it, which is good. Lead conversion. So, and then even if you do have a conversation with someone, on the phone, or they, maybe you give them an estimate, they still need reminded. again, people get busy. This is a big investment for your clients, right? So they're not always going to get on the phone or have you come out. And even, if you get to do an amazing deck design for them, they're not always going to be ready right away. So leveraging the power of, email automation and two-way text messaging, you can stay in front of them. And what's so great about it is once you set it up, it's just done. It serves you. You got to put some thought into, what you want your communication to say. For instance, I have a builder in Indiana, and, he's so busy right now. He's short-staffed. He's really struggling to wear a bunch of hats right now. So, we have the automation. Hey, we're really excited to talk to you. We might not be able to get back to you for 24 to 48 hours. For now, if you can text me pictures of your space, then I'll be able to provide you a better estimate, quicker, that type of thing. So you can leverage whatever you want in order to improve your process. And automation, just again, it's set up and it's done. So super powerful. Maximizing conversion with your reputation. When I say reputation, online reviews. Again, like if you show up, let's do San Diego deck builder. I am somebody that is like ready to move forward with the project. I show up and I see, this isn't the best example, but Madrano here has, let's say, these are terrible examples. Why are they so bad? Let me do this. And I can't spell, I swear. Okay, so we've got Cleveland Decking, Cleveland's own custom contracting, and Northeast Ohio Fence and Deck, okay? So who would you choose? I mean, Ohio Fence and Deck has 61. I mean, they are 4-star reviews, but if I wanted to go with the one that had the highest reviews, I'd go with this one because they have 9 5-star. Now 9, I'm still like, why don't they have 60? So the potential client would, they'd be looking at this to determine who they're going to spend their time calling, because their time's just as valuable as yours too, All right. Does that make sense? Does anybody have a system in place to generate those reviews and remind people about them? Because you can maybe send an email out that asks for the review. But again, I mean, people have all the best intentions, especially if you provide an amazing deck for them and it's a great experience. You delivered on your promises. They want to leave you a review, but they might just be busy themselves and forget. So they need reminded. So having a nice system in place to make sure that, you're covering that aspect is really important. So is everybody kind of getting an idea by looking at the, driving leads and maximizing conversion that, so Ben, how come you said you were using Home Stars? How come you're not using them anymore? There are a lot of paid systems out there that are great too. Ours is just kind of all in one and customized for you. So it's just easier. And also instead of having a bunch of systems to use. Oh, bummer. Well, okay. So Ben said that it was a bit of a fumble for some clients, which look, like we got to make this stuff easy for them, right? Okay. We are getting up on the hour. I want to, I can stay. And again, I want to take this opportunity. We didn't get to go into optimizing the results. But hopefully sorry, I'm stumbling. I'm trying to multitask. Hopefully the worksheet helped with that a little bit, where you can start to see, month over month, how much you're spending, what your average cost per lead is. And what you're getting out of that. I mean, if anything, if I were to leave you with optimized results, it's just, you got to measure. You can't improve things that you don't measure. So just start measuring it, and you will see over time where the weaknesses are, where the gap, where the leaks are in the funnel. Our system, it's actually a nice funnel view. We can see how many leads come in. We can see how many of those turned into, an estimate and then, closed into a project. So we can see, is it like, Is it a problem between the estimate, the follow-up from the estimate to, closing the project, or like, are we just not getting good leads, and you can visually see that, which is really nice. Okay. Does anybody want to let me know what now, if we go back to the worksheet here, again, you can see, like, out of these areas, what are the top 3 areas that you need to work on? Put those there, let me know. And then again, I've got a ton of slides. I can talk about website optimization and conversion. I could talk about reporting. I can talk about what you need to do from an SEO perspective. I can share some things with you from an automation standpoint, to that you can try out for 2022. So just let me know in the comments here, and then I can answer your questions and then cater the rest of this workshop to your needs. And I realize that we are up on time. If I can stay longer, I'm very happy to do that. You can also, Ashley, can you post, it's the deckbuildermarketers.com/schedule in the chat. If anybody just wants to have some one-on-one time with me, like I said, I can hop on the phone. We just kind of do a quick little discovery call, see where you're at, see how we can help you the best. And most of the time, I really like to put together those free marketing evaluation and plans. And then that gives you a better sense of, what marketing mix you need. Not a better sense. I mean, I actually put the entire plan together for you. So I can help you flush this out in a really clear way, so that you can then, figure out how you're going to tackle your marketing for 2022. Do you do it in-house? Do you, work with somebody? I mean, our agency, we have, I think, around 10 to 15 people. We do have some subcontractors that we work on that specialize in particular areas, but, working with an agency, you have an entire team at your fingertips that just takes care of all this for you. So it's pretty awesome, instead of like always feeling guilty that you're not like posting enough on social, or, addressing those issues on your website. And more so, I'll see a lot of deck builders are not doing a good job promoting their amazing work, which is exciting for me to do because you guys do some really great things. Okay, so Ashley's put the link there, so you can schedule some time. I'll just use the next couple of minutes. I really hope that this has been helpful for you. Again, I really like the opportunity to, keep going and show you some more things. I just kind of need some feedback from you as to, what I should focus on, what would be the most helpful. But key trends for 2022, leverage automation to save time. I mean, everybody has a ton of leads. Getting back to people right away is extremely important. If you do not get back to somebody within 5 to 15 minutes, they're on to the next person that does, and it could be like, how many people feel like they're losing out on opportunity, like maybe some really killer projects, because they're just too busy and can't get back to people right away. So definitely look into a solution like that. We have a solution that we use. It's amazing. It's completely set up for deck builders, which is awesome. But there's other solutions out there too. The problem is not a lot of them do the text messaging and email at the same time. So you might have to, try a couple of different services. Active Campaign is one that does both. HubSpot is like way too expensive, and you still have to piecemeal things. The other thing that we didn't talk too much about was the marketing for quality recruitment. So we actually have a whole program that we've put together to do the recruitment for our deck builders, and we leverage marketing for that, because it's really about having good positioning and being like the top builder in your area, to where people only want to work with you. They've heard of you, and you position your company in such a way where it's not just about having a job. It's about being a part of something bigger, and being a part of an amazing culture, and having a career that they can really thrive in. And so sometimes we just don't do a good job at like letting them know what that is. So we've got professional copywriters. We write all your job listings, and then we have a really good system where we collect video interviews from people so that, again, you're not really wasting your time. We bucket all of the applicants into high, medium, and low, and then we notify you of any that are in the high bucket so that you get back to them right away. We also leverage the power of automation because we want to create an amazing experience no matter who it is. We actually just changed our internal brand values to say, our team comes first. Because if our team is taken care of, then our clients will be taken care of. And this is a really good opportunity to leverage the power of automated communications during the application process to build that anticipation of, oh, wow, like they are pro and top notch. I've never had a deck builder send me an email right away saying thank you, or with a video about working with us, or even just letting them know that, they weren't chosen for an interview. And we've got all kinds of stats and information that go over how important these different touch points are. But, just in general, like promoting your culture on social media regularly, like it's great to promote your projects. And I hope that you're doing before and after shots on social media, but you also have to talk about who you are as a brand and promote your culture. Like, what are the amazing things that you're doing? Do you have any parties? How do you celebrate your wins with your team? What do you guys do to keep everybody engaged? Do you have like Friday happy hours? Do you celebrate people's birthdays? Things like that. Like, put it on social media so that potential team members can see it and they get excited to want to work with you instead of someone else. And in some cases, they might take less money to work with a company that they really stand behind, And then I think that we've all learned with COVID the power of the internet. And so having an all-in perspective and tackling all these different areas, gaining omnipresence is how you become the number one deck builder in your area. So if we go back to, actually, I can't find the slide right now. If we go back to the entire map, like you want to have a presence in all these different areas so that you're staying in front of people. And again, like, have the power of saying no. Maybe your goal shouldn't be how many leads you get. It's how many no's you say. Who's being selective? I mean, that, like, the power of being choosy is amazing. And so you can even do that and say, hey, every day I want to make it my goal to say no 5 times. No, we don't take projects under $60,000. No, we're not going to do, a deck repair, which I think most of you guys aren't, that type of thing. So you can do that. You'll have the power to be choosy like that. If you are omnipresent, if people search for you online and they only see you, if you're following up with them through, retargeting ads and your email communication, if you're providing really great, rich content, blog articles, you're giving away a free deck design guide, so that, people are already pre-positioned to buy. They hit up the phone. They're like, no, I know you're busy. I'll get on this schedule for 2023 because your decks are amazing and I only want to work with you. I mean, how amazing does that sound? I'm sure we can all agree that that'd be the bee's knees, right? So those are the top trends. So at this point, after going through all of this, I hope that you are able to write down the top 3 internet marketing initiatives that you need to implement for this year. If you need help with this, again, we're here to do that. I will meet with you personally and go over that with you. But for now, this kind of closes it up. I haven't gotten any feedback from anyone in any particular areas that you want to focus on. I'm certainly willing to share my screen and go through, that checklist and cover some more things. But if not, like, if you can just kind of let me know if you learned anything today, if there was like anything that you noticed that stood out, please share. Please share in the comments. And also let me know, would you prefer, we're going to do some more webinars next year. We're going to be covering different topics like, what should be on your website. We'll go over, how I'll give you tips on recruitment, and tell you, like, give you some of the things that I started to talk about that, you can do on your own. What else? We'll be talking about, we'll be doing a deep dive into a lot of these things, right? It's kind of hard to cover all of this on one call, but we'll be talking about automation and how you can get started in some of those things to better serve you. My question for you is, are there topics that you would like to go more in depth in, like for us to go more in depth in? And then would you also like, if this was not more of a, me talking, seeing what you guys have in the chat, but more of like a Zoom meeting where we're seeing each other, we're just getting, we're getting dirty together and talking about this stuff and hashing it out, and, making it more of, like a mastermind type of a session. Would you like that? So Bobby said, because I have not focused on consistently marketing my company, I've done okay with referrals. I mean, referrals are always going to be the best, but you can work on, and we're actually, we're going to be implementing a referral program of our own. And I really like to practice what I preach and take some of this stuff that we've kind of tested out for our own business and then share it with you. So again, like the power of automation, like following up with people, a month after their deck, if they haven't left a review or whatever, and just checking in with them. I mean, it could just be a quick little text message. Hey, I was thinking about you the other day. Just wanted to know how the deck is going. How personal is that? And it looks like you're texting them, and you're not. It's coming from the system. So all that stuff could really help. So Bobby said, it was good to know that if I want to generate X in revenue, then it will require a certain level of, monthly investment. I mean, like, things don't happen unless you work at it, period. So you have to have some sort of a plan in place. So thank you for the feedback, Bobby. And awesome. Ben, we'll definitely be doing more webinars. And like I said, we might have, we're going to be, doing some things with Nadra too, and helping with some content in that aspect. Really hoping to do some speaking at the next Deck Expo as well. As far as more topics, I'm usually neck deep in the here and now. I need you to tell me what I should be focusing on. It's just a matter of sitting down and having a game plan. Like, we meet with our clients. We lead everything. We meet with our clients once a month. And we go over like what we want to do for the next 30 days, but we also need to have a pulse on what's going on in their business and their individual market, and figure out how we align our marketing with them. And there are some things that, we can't do because we're not there. So, we do the best we can to really help lead you in that stuff. But I would say, in terms of ongoing, just make sure that you are documenting your work. And, just saving it in some place. We try and make this easy for our clients. We're like, heck, if you don't have an online sharing, if you don't want to use Google Drive, just text us your images and we'll promote it online. So definitely make sure that you're documenting your work. Do before and after. And then as far as topics, I'm usually neck deep in the, okay. Yeah. And I need you to talk. Yeah, we have a whole marketing calendar that we put together, and we proactively cover a lot of topics. And then it changes too, because we might plan on doing certain things on a certain, month, but then things come up like COVID and you have to change, right? So, I think that the takeaway is just to really allocate some time. And, again, we're here to take care of that stuff for our clients, so you don't need to worry about it. But, if you can, just maybe at the, end of Friday or something, just kind of take some time to, evaluate how things are going, and maybe the different areas that you need to focus on a more regular basis. Do we have any other questions? I want to make sure that I'm helping. Ashley, can you put these links in the chat? We've got our ultimate guide to internet marketing for deck builders. This is going to go way in depth, more so than I was able to do today, to give you, Ben, maybe help you with some some different areas and stuff too. So make sure that you download that. And then, excuse me, I'm here for that personalized marketing evaluation and plan. I really take this serious. I spend a lot of time on them. I do my homework and I evaluate your online presence, how you compare with your competition in your area, what keywords you're ranking for, how you're showing up online, any errors that there are. And then we can see the opportunity and put a plan together for you to help reach your goals and help you figure out where you should focus. We determine like kind of the low hanging fruit, and more so it's like nice. I should put prioritized plan in here because that's really more so what it's about. It's like where you need to be focusing, dependent on your growth goals and where you are now, right? So I welcome you to check that out. The link is deckbuildermarketers.com/schedule. And there are a ton of buttons on the website that'll lead you there as well. I really hope that I have the opportunity to meet with you and, just take this kind of high level 2022 planning to the next level and really refine some things out for you. So don't do it alone. We're here for you. Would love the opportunity just to even have a conversation with you and try and point you in the right direction. Would love to be able to work with you, but regardless, you can call or text this number, 855-498-1007. Message us on Instagram. Check out some of the stuff that we're sharing there. We're trying to promote amazing projects that we see too. We've got a nice little highlight on our Instagram. Call it Deck Show Off because we want to show off your amazing projects. So check that out and let us know. Ben, thank you so much for your feedback. It's really helpful, and we'll continue to do these webinars on a regular basis. Some of them will be, like workshops like this. Others might be like a presentation, but we really look forward to serving you. And again, helping us reach our goal of helping 100 deck builders 2 and 3 times their revenue. So thanks again. I can stay around for another minute if anyone has any questions. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen here. Oh, how do we get out of the vortex? There we go. Looks like we have one person. Oh, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I'm really happy to help. So thanks, guys. I'll stick around for a couple minutes in case anyone has any questions, though. But congrats to you guys for taking an hour out of your day to focus on your business. We'll send you the replay in case you want to check this out later and go over any points that we talked about. All right, well, I guess that's it. Again, April at deckbuildermarketers.com. You can hit us up on any social media, ask us anything, and we'd love to help. All right, have a good one. Thanks, Ashley. Bye. Oh, by the way, in the recap, I believe the chat shows up too. So that'll be nice. You can see the links and anything else that was covered. All right. We'll talk to you later.